seatbelt?
Nope.
You might have to pop the door open.
Yeah. There it is. It was outside.
Okay, we'll start there at the before starting engine. So we did the pre-flight.
Yep.
The ATIS we'll get when we turn it on. Passenger briefing. So you guys know how the seatbelts work. I'm going to be PIC for this flight. You're going to be flying most of it. If there's an emergency, I need to take the controls. I'll take the controls. We'll use the 3 command systems. So to get out the doors, we just pop them up, kick them out, and then we have a fire extinguisher between our legs, which is charged in case of an engine fire or a fire inside the cabin. We're going to use that, pop it off, and spray at the base of the fire until the fire is extinguished. Okay, so our seatbelts are good. Shoulder harnesses. Fuel selector is down here on both. Radios, everything is off. The brakes, we'll test and set them, so you'll pull that knob out to you in the center. Yep, until it locks up there.
Okay.
You might have to move your seat forward a little bit, get a comfortable setting, so you can still hit the brakes, but when we're cruising along, your feet are on the... Yep, so those are the brake pads.
So the brake is
That's just a parking brake.
so it's parked in park right now?
Right now, it's for when we start. Yeah, It's just so you don't have to hold on the brake
toe
pedals.
brakes, okay.
Yep. All right, so we've done that. We're going to check our circuit breakers, make sure none of them are popped.
Everything's in.
Okay, so make sure we're going to go full rich.
Full rich.
Okay, carb heat we're going to make sure it's cold, in.
Okay.
We'll turn the master switch on over there.
Master on.
Okay, I just flew this morning, so we'll just do 2 full strokes at the throttle.
Okay.
You can just go all the way in. We'll do that 2 times, and then we'll leave the throttle open 1/8 of an inch. Okay, our beacon is on to warn people around, so we'll get your left hand on the starter. Okay, and then right hand on the throttle. When we start it up, we're looking for 1,000 RPM, okay?
Yep.
So, clear! Is that the wrong one?
Wrong key.
Yeah, might be. The other one used to have a green thing on it too. There we go.
I got 1,100 RPM.
Alright, cool. So 1,000. We're looking for our oil pressure over here. It's coming up in the green.
Yep.
Oil temp is coming up.
Yep.
There's our flaps on. Lights on required. Got our taxi on right now. And our beacon. And our radio's on.
Right there. You want the master to turn on? I don't know anything. You hear anything?
Can you hear me? No?
There we go. Yep. All right, how about now? I got that. All right, perfect.
You back there, boys? You got
You
it?
guys here?
Got it, Colin?
Too loud? Good?
Good.
All right,
All right. You guys can both talk. Ryan, why don't you say something?
Flashback traffic 3584 Sierra is currently 3 miles out of the east. We're descending at 1,500 feet. We'll be
All right,
crossing
so we're checking our GPS. Dates are valid. Half lap, tap up, 2 indication. We're good there. We're going to set our heading indicator to the magnetic compass, so you'll have to adjust that. Okay, and we'll get our ATIS here. Cool.
New York.
Automated weather observation 1323 Zulu. Wind 150 at 05. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 22 Celsius. Dew point 16 Celsius. Altimeter 3011. Remarks. Density altitude 900.
Okay, you got 3011 in there. All right, so we have that.
Is that the right field elevation we should see?
Yeah, we're about 200.
Okay.
you want, or pop your window open if you need to.
Alright.
We have the cabin air up here as we're taxiing. Okay, so we have our ATIS. The winds here have been really light lately, and they've been kind of shifting, so we'll just taxi out, and we'll see what the windsock's doing, and then we'll choose a runway.
Alright.
Plattsburgh traffic 3584 Sierra.
I'll have you pump the
currently
brakes off.
directly overhead midfield. We're crossing
Okay, and your controls, you'll taxi us out, and just follow this line right here.
Touch and go, Plattsburgh traffic.
Ready, boys?
Alright, and I'll have you test your brakes too here. So just pull the throttle to idle. Yep. Okay, my controls. Real quick,
controls.
I'll check my brakes. Alright, cool, my brakes are good. So I'll have you taxi, and we'll just lean the mixture a little bit while we taxi. I'll have you get back over on that line if you could, please.
Yep. What are these, cargo airplanes?
Plattsburgh traffic 3584 Sierra is on a right downwind for 17. Plattsburgh traffic.
Alright, and they're using 17, so we'll give a call here. Plattsburgh traffic, Skyhawk 734 X-ray Romeo taxiing for the T-hangars via Alpha Bravo for runway 17, Plattsburgh. Okay, so we're going to take a right down to Bravo, kind of right where that truck is coming out down there. So we'll just stay on the line, taxi nice and slow out there. About the speed of a brisk walk, this is good.
If the boys are good for an hour and a half, we're good for an hour and a half, okay?
Okay, cool.
I don't know how much time you have, but...
Yeah, I'm free. We'll take a right here.
So you got airliners calling in on the CTAF?
Yeah, there's no tower here.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you got to watch out too, because when the winds are really calm here,
Yeah.
most of the Allegiants come up from Florida, so they'll just fly straight in runway 35.
Right.
You know, when everyone's using 17,
Yeah.
just so they can take their nice long taxi roll. So we've got a guy out there who's turning base. I don't know if you see him right above the windsock there.
Yep.
So they're using runway 17.
Plattsburgh traffic 3584 Sierra is on base for touch and go runway 17 Plattsburgh.
Now, I saw on the charts that the TPA is 1,800 feet.
That's what it says. We use 1,200. It used to be an old air base, so the military was here, so they used 1,800, the higher altitude.
Okay.
So where we do our run-ups is right up here where Bravo is. I'll just have you spin around into this side of the taxi line, and we'll just do our run-up facing into the wind. So you can go past Bravo a little and then spin us around to the right.
Plattsburgh traffic 3584 Sierra turning final touch and go 17 Plattsburgh.
What kind of stuff did you do this morning?
We were gonna go over to Burlington. We were up too early before approach opened. So we just did some pattern work here. My guy's getting close to soloing.
Yeah.
And then we just went north to our practice area and did our series of maneuvers.
Taxiing out of the east midfield keyhole for the east ramp, Plattsburgh.
Alright, so just a little past Bravo right here, we'll just spin around to the right.
Right here?
Yep, this is good right here, so we'll pull power, put our brakes in, lock up the right brake here. Alright. Okay, do you have any pressure on the rudder pedal here? There we go. Alright, it was just stuck there. No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so throttle to 1,000, and now we'll grab our checklist. And we're going to take off from the before takeoff checklist is where we're going to start. I think it's back one.
All right, before takeoff. Cabin doors and windows closed and locked.
Plattsburgh traffic, helicopter 1 Alpha
Flight controls free and correct.
Departure to the northwest, Plattsburgh.
Okay. Elevator trim to takeoff. I guess that's about right.
Traffic, helicopter 1 Alpha
looks right to you.
Got the departing
All right,
traffic inside. I'll pass behind you over midfield.
So we set the
the west,
altimeter,
Plattsburgh.
and let's get this guy. Oh, that's that guy calling right there.
Customs Border Patrol.
Yeah. Alright, so, alright, that's good. Anything else we need to set?
Nope, I usually just like to do our generic 6-pack so we can look through and we can say airspeed indicates 0, attitude is plus or minus 5, pitch and bank within the first 5 minutes. You got blue over brown, black in this case. Altimeter indicates within 75 feet of airport elevation. No climbs, no descents. We do have a slight descent about 50 feet per minute, so that'll be our new 0.
Okay.
And then we set this to our magnetic compass, and string coordinator is wings level, ball center.
Okay. All right. Radios are set. You got radios.
Yeah, so we have just Plattsburgh here. We'll get flight following down to Fern Lake.
Okay.
And we've already talked to where we got the ASOS.
for departure to Washington. Autopilot is
We don't have one.
off. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why it's in
Fuel
here.
selector valve is both already. We did that. Mixture set to rich all the way.
Yep, all the way.
Parking brake set. You want me to
So we'll
set
have
the
you pull that
parking
and set it. Yep, while we do our run up.
brake? All right. Throttle to 1700 RPM. Yep. We'll do the magneto check.
And now the left mag, we usually have to burn off, and I'll just show you the procedure we do for that.
1700. Okay, we're down to left. A little touchy there. Okay. Left mag goes down.
The left one's a little rough. So
Yeah.
go to the right one first. Okay. Go back to both.
Back to both.
Now to the left one.
Left.
Yeah, so it's a little rough. Now go back to both. So what we do here is we're going to lean out the mixture. So we have some carbon deposits that get on the spark plugs every now and then. In the mag.
turning downwind for touch and go.
We're going to lean it out for a little bit of an RPM rise. Start to see that rise there. Just a little bit, it's not a ton. Okay, and then we do 2 strokes like this. We let it burn off for about 10 or 15 seconds. So we'll just sit here, parking brake held.
On both.
Yep, on both. It's just because we're using the heat from the good one to help burn off the carbon deposits on that one as well.
Then we're going to check it again.
Yep, and then we'll check it again. Yep. We'll just do a little bit of a countdown here, probably about 10 more seconds. Alright. We'll go mixture rich, and then I'll have you check the right one first. The right one first, back to both, then left one. Alright, cool, much better. So they're within 125, within 50 of each other.
Okay. All right, and then we got to do the carb heat.
Yep.
There it is.
Good.
Back up. Okay, suction gauge check. Okay, suction's in the green.
Yep. And then what we do to check our ammeter there is the left side of the master switch, just the left side, turn it off. We're looking for that light and a discharge. Okay, so there's a light and the discharge, that's good.
Okay.
Now we bring our throttle slowly to idle, and we want to see if it idles about 600 to 800 RPM, so you can bring it all the way out. Just want to make sure the engine's not going to quit on us. Alright, cool, we can go back to throttle 1000.
Alright, total to 1,000.
Okay, and we'll turn our landing and strobe lights on.
Okay, so landing light on, strobe light on. Okay.
Okay, and then transponder.
Traffic,
We'll set to L.
this is SkyWest 5027 CRJ jet. We're about to enter and line up runway 17 from holding point Alpha for departure to Albany.
So they're back there and they're going to be leaving. We are all set to just take the runway, so I'll have you taxi up there and hold short of runway 17. And we'll just keep an eye out for the SkyWest.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Hold the brake and the rudder, right?
You can just give it a little power and let it go first.
Traffic Cessna
Then use your rudder.
3584 Sierra is downwind, and we'll continue our downwind for the CRJ to depart.
Copy that,
Right here.
5027.
What's that? Out there?
Yep, no, yeah, right here. We'll go down on Bravo and we'll just hold short. So see he's lining up down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll let him leave. We'll wait for wake turbulence, usually about 2 to 3 minutes. We'll see what's going on with the other guy that's in the pattern. We might have to let him come in and land as well.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we can look up Fern Lake on here and I can get that set so we can track to it. So just pull up to the hold short lines and we'll hold short here.
Got it. Here he goes, guys. Look at that.
That's pretty cool. We have them and then we have Allegiant flies out of here as well. Alright, so you said where's Fern Lake here?
Fern Lake is right there.
Right there?
Yep.
Alright, let's drop a point.
Plattsburgh traffic 3584 Sierra, turning final.
Colin, you want to text Stan Sharon and tell her that we're taking off?
Right on set.
What's that?
Right on set up.
Okay. wise while you're
It was this one again?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not super familiar with the area, so we'll just fly to it, and then you guys can tell me kind of what you want to do when we get there.
Alright, so normal takeoff. Wings, flaps are all the way up.
Yep.
Carb heat is cold. Throttle will go to full.
Yep.
Mixture is full rich, right?
Yep, full rich.
We're good there already?
And we rotate at 55.
Alright.
So we have a little tiny bit of a crosswind. It's not going to be much. I believe it's to the left. If you look over at the windsock there, up your left wing.
Yep.
So we're going to put the aileron, as we start to build up airspeed, we can take that aileron deflection out. We'll lift off at 55, we'll climb between 70 and 80, and you can use your trim to set that for yourself.
70 to 80, okay.
Yep. And I'm just waiting to hear what he's going to say out there.
Okay. Yeah, he turned final.
Yeah.
And then you saw the CRJ lifted before, where we
Yep. So he's coming in to land. By the time he comes through and goes through, we're going to have plenty of time.
Yeah. Has he got a taxi all the way down here?
He was doing touch and goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll see.
See that airplane coming in down there at the other end, guys?
There's a yellow one right there. You can look out and see that water tower in the distance. He's right in front of it.
There he goes. He's going back up. Alright, so the wind's coming from the left a little bit?
Just a little bit. And we'll use our rudders to stay on center line. And rotation speed is 55.
Okay.
Okay, we'll wait for him to get a little upwind, and then we'll give our call. It's usually courtesy to let them start doing their crosswind turn, because we're just going to be departing pretty much out to the south, and then we'll make our way over to Fern Lake.
Yeah.
We'll kind of track along over here. I don't know if you guys have kept up with the news, you know, the prison escape in Dannemora.
No. Oh,
Did you ever hear about that?
Oh, yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, I believe.
yeah.
We can fly over Dannemora Prison. It's right here, and then we'll just make our way back to the north practice area, do some maneuvers, and we'll come in for some landing.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to fly over the prison? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that'll be cool.
All right, cool. I'll give him a call, and you can start taxiing in.
Okay.
Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk is departing runway 17 to the south, Plattsburgh.
Nobody coming?
Nope, we're clear on my side. Clear up there.
You boys good to go? We're getting on the runway. Yeah. Okay.
Plattsburgh traffic 35840, turning crossing.
Okay.
All right, so we'll slowly advance the power to full. We'll put a little bit of aileron correction in. We'll keep rudders. Okay, we're full. So we're looking to make sure our gauges are green, suction's green, oil temp and pressure is green. Everything's good there. Airspeed's alive. Start to take our aileron correction out. When we get to 55, we'll do a slow rotation off. There's 55. We'll rotate.
Plattsburgh traffic 35840.
Climb's pretty good. And we'll climb between 70 and 80. And you can use your trim there. We'll use a little more right rudder to maintain center line here. Gotta put in quite a bit, about right there, and that'll track us off center line. Okay, and we're gonna be going out to the west, so we're gonna use the VFR flight rules. So we'll get up to, actually, we'll stay down below 3,000 feet so we can get a good idea of the Fern Lake there. Yeah. So we'll go up to about 2,000 for now.
Okay, boys good? Yeah. Ryan, you good? Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? Nice view.
It's a very nice view. I missed it.
Yeah. So we're actually, I don't know, is it just must be the extra weight?
It climbs, yeah.
It's climbing slow.
Yeah. We don't have a ton of power in her, that's for sure.
Oh, okay. How many horsepower in this guy, do you know?
160.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when I left Florida, I was flying the Seminole. I had some time building I had to do to get out of it, so when I came back and started flying this, like, everything was so slow.
Yeah. Alright, so we're above 800. 1,500 feet ATL.
Yep, so we're above, so we kind of have our cruise climb checklist. If we can start to climb now a little slower, so we'll nose down, we get a better view of the horizon, we can see traffic and stuff. So you can climb at about 80. You can use your trim too to fight those control forces. And then we're just making sure our flaps are up and our throttle is full. And I'm tracking our flight here too. We'll get up a little higher, about 1,500 feet, and then we can start making our way over to Fern Lake there. Yeah, I'm tracking it here, so eventually we're going to make a turn of about 253. So once we get to 1,500, we'll have you make a turn to about 250. Right there. Yep. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk departed runway 17 Plattsburgh. Going to be heading southwest towards Ausable Fern Lake, Plattsburgh.
Plattsburgh traffic 35840, turning base, touch and go. 17 Plattsburgh.
What's the target altitude again?
We'll go up to 2,000 feet for now. Yep. So we have the VFR cruising altitudes. If you're going anywhere east, it's odd thousands plus 500. Anywhere west, it's even thousand plus 500, but below 3,000 feet. So we'll stay around 2,000. If we need to climb up to 2,500, we'll do that. If you want, go ahead and give me a initial turn starting towards 250. Nice shallow turn.
You boys be looking for traffic, okay guys? Look for other airplanes.
Yeah, the best way to look for them too is to just make small, regular eye spaces. So if you scan really fast, it's hard to see them. Usually they'll have some sort of little lights on, especially if they're in the airport environment, but just kind of make like segmented sections as we look through.
Rudder for that, right?
You can use a coordination of rudder and aileron. Yeah. So basically, any turn that you make, you just want to make sure your the ball is centered there on the turn coordinator.
That's better.
Because rudder's going to kick our nose side to side, and ailerons are going to shift us side to side.
So, well, we're headed up to 2,500 right now.
Yep.
You want to level off there?
We'll go up to 3 for now, so I can get a feel.
Trafic pour la 14 sur endroit sur flotte, Sierra Golf Bravo.
Once we get eyes on it, we can start to kind of get ourselves down a little bit. There's not too much. We do have a mountain off here to the right.
Yep. You do much flying in the Adirondack Park over there?
I haven't done much, no. Like I said, I did my private training up here, so we didn't really get to do a lot of that stuff. And then I was just down in Florida, and you just fly up and down the coast all day.
Yeah. How many hours you got?
About 270. Long way to go.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So are you just looking to get your private and get a plane, or?
Yeah, joining a flying club now. So, yeah, they got 3 planes. They got 2 Cherokees and Trinidad, but they're looking to sell that thing.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Any plans on getting your instrument rating in the future?
Yeah.
Very good. I love when people tell me that.
Straight up to instrument rating, yep.
Yeah, a lot of people, a couple years back when I didn't know a whole lot about aviation, you talk to people and they're just a private pilot and they don't have their instrument rating. But after having my instrument rating, yeah, I can't imagine that I would want to fly without just be a private pilot. Yeah, so we'll level off here at 3.
Pull the power back a little bit.
Yep. So we cruise out probably around 2200 RPMs. Pretty good right there. Mixture's supposed to be full rich below 3, but we'll just lean it a little bit here while we're hanging out right around 3. right now, it looks like heading at 260 will bring us there. You might know the area a little better than I don't. Yeah, I apologize.
Okay,
so we'll head this way and we'll just try and find a... Might actually be that pond right ahead.
Section 017 on the go will be departing to the southeast. Plattsburgh traffic.
That is it right there.
Cool.
I see the lake, guys, straight ahead.
Get up there, guys.
Straight up there.
Ahead.
See it? I don't know if you can get your heads up that high enough.
Yeah.
We're going about 100 miles an hour.
Doesn't feel like it, but nope, we are. Yep, so the easiest thing too is like we set this on the ground, so set that first. We got to trust our instruments. This will help you with your instrument training too.
Yeah.
So get your pitch attitude, what you want there, and then now you'll fight those control inputs with just a little bit of trim.
Okay. I think that feels pretty good right
Yeah,
there, right?
that looks pretty good too. So we noticed too on the ground we had about a 50 foot per minute descent.
Yeah.
And that's our new zero. So
Okay.
that looks pretty good right there. Now any changes pretty much can be made with the rudders, you know, as far as a little bit left or right and just small aileron corrections.
Okay.
One of the things too that if I can help you further on in your training, a lot of people tend to white knuckle.
Yeah.
Just get to the point where you can fly with 2 or 3 fingers.
Right.
Trim is a great tool. It just makes flying a lot more enjoyable.
Yep.
You know, you can go up and spend a couple hours and you won't get fatigue.
Any idea what we are AGL as the AGL changes around here? Does ForeFlight give you that?
I'm not sure. To be honest with you, it's kind of new for me here. I've used ForeFlight, but I've never had the GPS.
Oh, okay.
I would guess it hasn't changed a whole lot right now. As we start to get up here, we'll probably get closer to about 1,000 feet AGL.
Yeah.
In that area, got some shades here, like the contour lines of 1,000.
Yeah.
So that'll put us about 2,000 feet AGL, and it might creep up a little more as we get to Brent Lake. I'm just gonna give them a call here. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk is maneuvering around Fern Lake, just doing some sightseeing in Plattsburgh. Any of the planes that you fly, do they have a TCAS system on them for traffic or anything?
No TCAS, but ADS-B out and in.
Cool. We've got to get that on this.
You don't have ADS-B yet?
Not yet, no.
You got a few more months.
Yeah, I'm going to take my girlfriend. We use this mechanic down in, where is it? I think St. Albans, Vermont, or somewhere over there. So that'll be a nice flight. All right, we descended a little bit there. Not a huge deal.
Yeah.
We'll just get used to holding headings and altitudes and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Are we over the lake?
Almost. We're getting there.
Traffic 35840, turning final 17, touch and go. On the go, will be departing to the southeast. Plattsburgh traffic.
We'll maybe head down the left side of the lake. The camp that we're at is at the far end.
Okay.
On the right-hand side.
Kind of where the cutout is right there?
Right, yeah, right past the knee there.
Okay, cool.
Down by the island that's there.
All right, cool. I don't want to descend down a whole lot more, so we'll kind of stay right around 3,000 here.
Yep.
And we can maneuver around and make our way back. We do have a tower up there on top of that that mountain, but we should be all set. All right. And if you want to, so the boys can see, you can kind of swing over and give them a little bit of a bank. Yep. And we have enough space out here too. If you want to make a couple passes, we can make some nice turns out to the left.
Okay.
Come back in.
So we'll go straight down and then we'll bank around and...
Yeah, we'll go straight down, and if you want to come back around to the left so the people on the other side of the plane can see.
Yeah. So go fly past it basically right now?
Yeah, we'll fly a little past it. You can kind of give a little turn to the right so he can see behind me here, and then we'll come back around the other way.
Okay. You ready for that, Rye?
Good pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see the lake over there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan will get a good look the first time around, and then Colin, you'll get a better look the second time, okay?
Yeah.
From down. They can see us down there, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They probably
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. tell me when you think I should make the bank.
Sure. Yeah, we'll wait till we're almost right over it. So you said that they're kind of down there.
Yeah, just opposite the
little island?
The island there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want, we can creep in a little closer. So when we drop it, it's kind of right below us.
I can see the boathouse.
Oh, you see it?
Boathouse and the blue tube.
Check out those rocks that you guys boat around over there, huh?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot better idea of it up here, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So creep back over a little bit more. You guys spot your camp yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me when we're pretty much right next to it.
Yeah, we're close. We're close right now, right, guys?
Yeah.
Right next to it? All right,
Yeah.
my controls?
Go ahead.
All right, ready, guys?
Yep.
How about that, huh, boys?
Yeah.
Here, we'll make a pass around to the left so we can do it from the other side. You can take the controls and just kind of make us a nice shallow turn, and we'll just make sure we keep it tight enough that we stay away from the mountains over there.
You can see the sign from here.
What side? Oh.
Sign at the corner.
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah, keep your turn in, and we'll put them right over it. There you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, isn't it?
How many people can say they've seen their camp from above, huh?
Not many.
Right over it.
Yep.
All right, ready? My controls?
Your control.
All right, my controls. You ready, guys?
Yeah.
See the house. How's that feel, Ryan?
You guys feeling all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are we right over it? Can you see?
Yeah, they're back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see Sharon sitting on the new dock.
That's funny.
Yeah. I can see.
Yeah, see, they're right out there. You can see the little blue island floating
cool.
thing they got going there.
All right, you can take the controls. We'll head back
My
towards
controls.
this opening here. Once we get around those mountains, we'll meander our way back over towards Santa Mora. So just kind of hold a heading of, I'd say probably like 070 for now.
070. I'll use a little rudder to get there.
Cool.
Should we wave goodbye?
Yeah, give them a rock.
Ready? That's our wave goodbye.
You guys doing all right for air back there?
Yeah.
Okay. I think honestly that's the thing I can't wait for is to find an airplane that has air conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing about these little airplanes.
Yep.
That part sucks.
Where are you from originally?
From Syracuse.
Syracuse? Cool.
Yeah.
That's where the flying club is?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's the Class Charlie Airport, so
Oh, okay, cool.
we get to talk to tower and approach and the whole
That's
nine.
very beneficial. Very, very beneficial.
Yeah, it's made me comfortable with it right out of the gate,
Yeah, definitely.
which is really cool.
We're kind of lucky too over here. We have Burlington, so they're a Class Charlie as well.
Yeah. There's that tower.
Yeah, you see it right off your left there.
Yeah. Yeah, how high is that thing? It's up there.
About 300 feet below us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Dana Moore is on the other side of it. So what we'll do is we'll kind of use a little bit of judgment here.
Yep.
Once we clear past these mountains, we can follow the highway down and around and kind of just sneak around the mountains. And we'll get eyes on the prison there in Dannemora, and then we'll kind of make our way back over to the lake. We can fly up and down the lake, and I'll have you do some maneuvers and stuff.
Yeah. If we save time for touch and goes, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, of course. We are sitting at 0.5 right now. So even if you want to maneuver up and down, we can maybe do just some like steep turns or something like that.
Okay.
Is there anything in particular you wanted to work on? Like I said, I don't want to do stalls with them in the back.
No, that's fine. Probably some steep turns would probably be good.
Okay, cool.
I haven't done them in a while.
Yeah, we'll do them gentle. We'll start them at like a 30-degree bank, and then we'll kind of roll in and see how they're feeling in the back.
Yep.
All right, so kind of once we clear this little hill off to the left here, we can start to make our way.
Okay.
Where'd you grow up? I grew up right here. I can probably show you too. We'll probably pass right over it. All right, so have you give me a heading, turn to a heading of roughly north for now. I grew up in West Shazy. It's just a small town right outside of Plattsburgh. A little bit of pilotage here. If we're looking at our VFR sectional, we're kind of cruising right along, and you can see the power line trail right there.
Yeah.
So the power lines. So we're basically going to follow the power lines up until we hit these railroad tracks, and we're going to follow it over.
Okay.
So that's kind of how pilotage works. You know, if you hadn't done your calculating and stuff like that, like your sorry, I'm drawing a blank there. Flight plan. You can just use things like this. You know, that's why they have all these. Little things on the maps and stuff like that, so we can kind of maneuver our way around.
I just got done studying what all of that is on there.
Yeah, there's a lot on there.
There's a lot on there.
Wait till you get to the IFR sectional too.
Yeah.
I don't know why they couldn't just make them all remotely the same, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, for a actually, I think you can see the prison right up there. Right on the mountain, yeah. Ben Stiller was here for a while. I don't know if you had seen. Did kind of like a Showtime little mini series.
Oh yeah.
So he was in our area for a while filming the Prison Break. He made something on that. Yeah, because let's see. So telling us that that's roughly a heading of 342 to Dannemora, and I would say, yep, that's probably about it.
And what's that thing at the end of the? I guess it's the end of this line of...
Very good question. I don't know. You have a quarry over there. These are power lines, but I'm not sure what they run to. We can come close to it and we can figure out. And obviously we have the windmill farm up ahead. You can see that.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so those are shown on here too. When it's a grouping and it's like a farm, all of them together, they just put a big one and then they tell you how tall it is.
That's the airport where we took off, guys.
It's big.
Oh, we just lost 200 feet back.
You guys have any grass strips around you?
There's some
Generally,
around, but I've not been on them yet.
Yeah, I would see if your instructor during your private training, if you could get some experience on a grass strip. It's very beneficial.
Okay.
Oh, I know what that is now. The dump.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense.
You guys see that pile ahead of us? Kind of like a brown little area. It's straight ahead, right off the nose. You want to nose down a little bit so they can see? See it right there?
Yeah.
It's garbage. It's all garbage.
Big pile of junk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we'll get back up to 3, and then we can start making our way over to that hill. That big wide open area that we see up there is the prison.
Make a turn?
Yeah, you can start making a turn towards it. If you want to, just hold this heading for now, and then we can make kind of like a left-hand pass. I know they don't like us overflying it, so we'll just kind of get kind of close, and we'll cut in front of it on this side, and we'll head back towards the lake, over to our practice area, and we'll do some steep turns, and we'll come back in for some touch and goes.
Okay.
Should put us right about an hour and a half. Hit a lot of the Canadian traffic.
That's what all the French was, huh?
Yeah. I always wonder too, because they don't really come in and land at Plattsburgh. I mean, I know we're on a CTAP, so maybe there's got to be another airport like just across the border, but I think that they would use different frequencies.
Yeah. No, I hear a lot of different airports on the same CTAP where I'm at. So
yeah. The reason you can go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
So we fly out of Oswego, we hear Watertown, we hear Penn we hear all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. They like to use that. There's only so many frequencies, you know. And it's just kind of gives someone a general idea of the vicinity, you know. So if you're going to be crossing across all of those, it's nice and easy. You can just stay on one frequency and kind of monitor the traffic in the area along the whole route.
I suppose once you get used to it.
Yeah.
Before you're used to it, it's like noise. It's like
exactly.
So we're not going to fly the other side of it. We're just going to turn.
I wouldn't go around it. They're pretty stringent on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They think we're dropping stuff to the inmates or what, but
yeah.
Yep. They've taken security, so it's best we just stay a little ways away from it.
Yep. Tell me when I should make the turn.
Yeah, no problem. We'll go a little further, and probably about that field right in front of us, if you can see it. We'll make our turn so that we're inside of that. Okay. Right off our right nose tip right there.
Okay, the more brownish kind of, or the green in
not
front
quite
of it?
where it gets swampy, the green in front of it, yeah.
All right.
Can you guys see that up ahead?
See Dannemora right there?
Yep, there's a prison.
See it? Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll come around and we'll make a turn so you can see it a little better off the left side.
Make the turn now?
Yep, you can start turning. Just a nice gentle turn here. Probably brush up on some facts around the area. If I take people up, I don't just bring them by the prison. I believe that's looks like a solar farm out there off the left, or maybe that's just water. Can you tell? See what I'm talking about right there, right off your 9 o'clock?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Don't know.
Really calm lake if it is, or really calm water.
There's the prison, guys.
Yeah, nothing fancy.
Is that another airport right there?
That is the old Plattsburgh airport, so it's decommissioned now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They had a nice little setup there. So I'll have you just give me a heading of east, roughly. And we'll get out towards the water. We'll do some clearing turns.
Traffic, Lear 721 Echo Charlie, currently 11 miles to the southwest and bound for right downwind runway 17.
Alright, cool. So that won't affect us.
Oh,
Actually, I'll have you go probably about 060.
Yeah, right downwind. He's going to be coming up this side, right?
For runway 17, yeah. But so he'll stay tucked in that side. He's a Lear, but he's still back down to the southwest, he said.
Okay.
So yeah, but he will be kind of right up here. We'll give ourselves plenty of distance.
17 is going this way, right? 17 goes that way.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, but he's to the southwest.
Yeah.
And 17 is right-hand traffic pattern. So he'll come down here and he'll enter 45 abeam on this side of the runway to go around and in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and other than the prison, like I said, we do have that windmill farm out there.
Looks like that's another dump right there.
That could be.
Plattsburgh traffic, Lear 72 Echo Charlie 5 to the southwest on a 45 entry for right downwind runway 17.
You have a G430 in the planes that you fly?
So the airplane, yes.
Okay.
430 and a 530 in the club plane.
So I don't know if they've ever showed you the shortcut. You know, in the case of an emergency or something, you have an engine failure, big knob all the way to the right, nearest airport page.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk is about 7 miles to the northwest, heading to the Lake to do maneuvers, 3,000 feet, Plattsburgh. Yeah, just one of those nice shortcuts to be able to get there quick. I'll have you give me a climb up to 3,500 feet.
We need more power?
Yep, full power.
Plattsburgh traffic, Lear 1 Echo Charlie midfield, right down with 17 Plattsburgh.
What's that?
So we're climbing wicked slow.
Yeah, we're still going pretty fast though.
So bring it up.
Yeah, you can bring those up. We can climb anywhere between 70 and 80. We'll level off at 3,500 here. And then power can come back to 2,100 RPMs.
Missed it.
That's alright. And another visual tool we can use too is the horizon out there. So if you look at our sight picture here while we're holding straight and level, you can see kind of what it looks like. So when you are climbing and you drop your nose to that, if you set your nose right on the horizon and you lead south.
1 Echo Charlie, right base, 17 Plattsburgh.
I see him coming down into land. And if you set it down like that, it'll usually put it perfect right every time. Lead it by about 50 feet.
Say that again?
So when we're climbing like that, so say when we're around 3,450 feet, you can start to lower the nose. So 50 feet, you'll lead that climb out to level off. And when you set it down, just look for that sight picture out there too.
Yeah.
If you catch that sight picture, then glance at your instruments, you'll see that it's pretty much perfect every single time for that straight and level. Yep, and we'll just clear a little further off the inbound for 17. We'll head out towards like kind of those barns straight ahead of us, and then I'll have you.
Turning a 3-mile final, 17 Plattsburgh.
Yeah, then I'll have you give me a 360 degree, or sorry, a 180 degree clearing turn to the left, and then we'll do some steep turns over these fields here. Burlington approach, Skyhawk 734 X-ray Romeo.
Sky 734 X-ray Romeo, Burlington approach, block 0236, Burlington altimeter 3012.
3012, 0236. We are a Skyhawk about 8 miles to the north of Plattsburgh, 2,500 maneuvering. Like to request flight following.
Sky 4 X-ray Romeo, you radar contact 5 miles northeast of Plattsburgh Airport, verify 3,500, Burlington altimeter 3012, maintain VFR.
3,500, 3012, and we'll maintain VFR, 34 X-ray Romeo.
So she's just saying that this is what I saw you at, right?
Yep, yeah, she just wants to say come back, verify.
But she's not telling us we have to stay at 3,500.
No, not at all. We're VFR, so all she's doing is providing us traffic in the area.
Right.
So we like to pick it up here when we're maneuvering around up here.
Yeah.
She'll tell us, hey, you've got traffic, 10 o'clock, 4 miles, type in name unknown, or type in altitude unknown. Got it. Alright, so I will have you just give me a left-hand clearing turn back to a heading of about 210. That'll cover our clearing turns to make sure there's no traffic in the area, and we'll maintain this altitude of 3,500 here. As we make our sweep around here, just nice and gentle, we're just looking to make sure there's no traffic in the area where we're going to be doing the steep turns.
Road departure van 359, we're going to get on line to about 9,000 feet.
Tango 59, roger, maintain VFR.
59, roger.
How do you guys feel with this bank right here? You okay? In the back?
Yeah.
Good? Okay.
There's 210 for you.
Alright, so we'll do some steep turns. So we'll start at an altitude of 3,500 feet. We'll pull back to 2,100 RPM. Once you've got yourself trimmed and you're all set, just let me know and we'll start some steep turns. Okay, so we're looking for a 45-degree bank. So when you kick it here, this is going to be off that bottom line right there, the triangle. And then up here you have your 10, 20, 30, 60, 45 is going to be in the middle.
Okay, so you want 45.
Yep, 45-degree bank for steep turns. We can ease into them. You've been doing what?
No, at 3,500.
Oh, okay.
Got
Yep. Yeah, this is just our starting thing. So the way I like to enter maneuvers is we do CCR, so we do our clearing turns, we talk about our configuration and our reference.
Okay.
So if you want, give me a heading towards those islands out there, and we can use that as a visual reference point.
Towards the big island right off the runway?
Yeah, whatever you want to pick. Just something that, so we're going to have a heading, but we're also going to match it because this is a visual maneuver. We're looking outside, so we know to roll wings level at that.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll do the big island right there outside of the...
Sounds good. Right off the left-hand tip. Okay. So when you're ready, roll into a left turn, about 30 degrees, bump in about 100 to 200 extra RPM, and set that back pressure, and we're looking to stay right around, and I'll stay on the controls with you.
30 degrees you want.
Oh, you can go into 45. Yeah, just 30 initially. Yep. And 45 is about right there. So we'll just set that. We'll look outside, see that sight picture, and we'll hold that all the way around. You guys doing all right back there?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
More left rudder, left rudder.
Yep, doing a good job.
We're losing altitude.
Yep, so we'll pull back a little.
A little steep, a little steep. Ooh, that's a little disorienting right there.
You doing good?
Yep.
All right, cool. You want to do one to the right?
Yeah, we gotta get back though.
Yep.
All right, now we're
So
gonna
roll out
back.
on your heading. Okay, so you can roll out and roll into one to the right. And when we roll to the right, it's going to want a balloon, so we'll have to hold that down there.
Carrier 426 Burlington approach, altimeter 3012, and maintain VFR.
100 feet.
Yeah, 426.
Okay. We can shallow the bank a little and pull back so it's not as drastic. And as soon as we get that altitude back, you can add that extra bank back in. I find that these are a lot less disorienting if you can get that sight picture and just look outside.
720.
Because when you look at your instruments, when you look at your instruments, it tells your body something different than it's feeling, and your brain doesn't know what to do about it, you know?
508 Whiskey Golf is...
So if you set that sight picture out there and just look at it all the way around, you know, you can kind of look out in the distance.
Yeah.
It feels a lot better.
Whiskey Golf, Burlington approach, descend to maintain 7,000, turn 10 degrees right, vector visual approach, runway 15.
Yep, and when you roll out, just take that little bit of power out.
On the altitude, 10 degrees right, vectors for the visual 15, 8 Whiskey Golf.
Very good. I'll have you give me a left-hand turn back to a heading of north.
Got 5272, 1,000.
Do a gentle turn if you like.
10,000.
How you feeling? You want to go back in and do some touch and goes?
Shows 5272.
I'm doing okay.
Alright, we're sitting at about 1 hour to spend.
Yeah, so let's get some touch and goes in.
Alright, cool. So we'll do left and we'll just kind of meander our way back in for a straight in for runway 17 and then we'll stay in the pattern.
Losing altitude here. More power.
Yeah, that's alright. Right now, I'm not too concerned about the altitude. We can kind of slowly get our way down as we're making our way back. Okay, so if you want to go ahead, bring us back to the airport here. So keep turning left till you have the airport in sight, and we'll line up for a straight in. And we'll run our before landing and descent checklist when we get back around. Okay, so about a heading of, I'd say if you aim towards the old airport there, we should be pretty good. Alright, now we can start walking a little bit of power out so we can get ourselves down. Traffic pattern is 1,200 feet. And I'll run the checklist here with you. So descent, as we descend, our mixture is going to be full rich. Power is desired, carb heat as required to prevent icing. Pretty good right now, it's pretty warm out.
Heading 240.
We're making sure our fuel selector is on both. Mixture is rich. And then we'll do the rest of the thing as we come down. Our landing light's on in the airport environment. And we'll pull a little more power just so we can get ourselves down.
5,600.
Down to 5,600, 8 Whiskey Golf. We have a target airspeed here.
You can look to descend around 80. Yeah. I'll give a call and cancel flight following.
502, recommend.
If you want, kind of walk it out a little so we don't creep in too much. Burlington approach, Skyhawk 734 X-ray Romeo.
Cessna 4 X-ray Romeo approach.
We have Plattsburgh in sight. We're going to be going back in for some touch and goes, like to cancel flight following this time.
Skyway 5272, proceed direct rack in.
Direct rack cam, Sky 5272.
Cessna 4 X-ray Romeo, roger. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR. There will be a Seneca inbound from the south, about 20 miles south of the airport now. And frequency change approved. Good day.
Squawk and VFR, frequency change approved. We'll keep a lookout for that traffic. 734 X-ray Romeo. Thank you.
Skyway 5272.
All right, so we're back here. Now we're within 6 miles, so we'll give a call here. Plattsburgh traffic, Skyhawk 734 X-ray Romeo is about 6 miles for a straight-in runway 17 Plattsburgh. All right, we can pull a little more power here. We'll get ourselves down. And we're within the white arc. We can go 1 notch of flaps. That'll help us descend as well. If you want, you can take the controls here, and we'll look for about 70 to 80 on the way down. We'll look to line ourselves up with the center line, and we'll make our way back in. There's 70. Yep, that's good right there. What we'll do is we'll try and get ourselves lined up with the runway. Yeah, I'm going to check the weather here real quick.
3010. Remarks. Density altitude 900.
Plattsburgh International Airport, Plattsburgh, New York.
Automated weather observation.
Slowly start our turn back in.
Zulu.
You're good. Yeah, just keep this power set.
50 at 08.
Alright, I just want to make sure they're still using runway 17. So we're doing good right now. What we're looking for is once we get aligned on center line, we're going to look for the pappies on the left-hand side. Yep. They're all 4 white right now because we're a little high. We'll look to try and get on glide slope, 2 red, 2 white, and we'll add extra power in when we need to do that as well.
What's our downline speed?
Sure. So as we come in, we're holding 70 until about short final, where we'll transition to about 65 when we start to look down the runway and start our flare out.
So there's 70.
Yep. So yeah, if we just hold 70 right now, trim yourself out, and we'll make power adjustments as necessary.
There's 70, just holding it.
Yep. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk is 4 miles in for a straight-in final runway 17 Plattsburgh.
No, it'll basically hold that airspeed, right? No matter what happens?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Might have to make some small adjustments.
Yeah. No, it just got a little slow there.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just have to keep your hand on it. It's starting to get a little warmer out now, so it's a little convective as we pass over these big buildings. With the parking lots and stuff, you might expect a little over lows right here too.
And can you see the windsock or anything? Or what did you say the winds were?
150 at 8 knots, so it's pretty much right down the pipe.
Right down, okay.
We'll have a tiny little bit of a left crosswind, but that shouldn't be too bad. We'll adjust that when we're on short final. Okay, so we're also starting to look for like an aiming point too. So we aim for the 500 footers, which are the 3 bars on the left and the right, and we look to touch down and round out on the 1,000 footers.
The big bars, right? The big white bars?
Yeah, so the big white bars are the 1,000 footers. The ones before it, that's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those are the 500 footers.
Okay.
So that's our aiming point. So if we look in the mirror, or look in the windscreen here, we're looking to keep those 500 footers, which are our aiming point. Basically, if we drove the airplane into the ground, that's where we would roll into. If they start to move up, you just need to add a little power in because we're dropping.
Okay, so we're still high.
Yep. All right, we'll run our checklist. So before we land, we make sure this is both. This is in, carpeet's out. We're 1 notch of flaps. We'll go 2 notch of flaps now, okay?
Yeah.
And be ready to fight the balloon. It's going to slow down here. Use trim as necessary.
Yeah, wow.
Use some trim.
There's one red.
Yep. So as that starts to come back in, we can add a little additional power now. So just a little touch. Okay. Here we'll add a little more power in. We're trying to hold that airspeed, so add a little more power. Right now we're in a high drag configuration because we have all those flaps in. So we got to keep the nose down to keep 70. We'll track on center line. We'll just add power as necessary.
4502 is 10 5 to the southeast. We're inbound for right traffic, runway 17 Plattsburgh.
Plattsburgh traffic, Skyhawk 734 X-ray Romeo, short final, runway 17 Plattsburgh. All right, we're doing good. Okay, you can slowly start walking the power out now that we're starting to climb back up again. Slowly take the power out.
Tell me when you want it all the way idle.
Yep, no, you're fine for right now. We're just basically aiming on keeping the nose down right now. This looks pretty good. We'll need a little right rudder here. Maintain center line, and we'll slowly start walking the power out.
Plattsburgh traffic.
And we're transitioning our eyes down.
Takes up to a hold short of 1.
Keep the nose down here for a second. Then we can flare. Oh. Okay, so that's fine. We're just going to nose down. Off the airspeed. Okay, so we touched down a little hard there. That's all right. So we're going to go full power. Put the carpeet in. Okay, our airspeed is alive. There's 55. We'll rotate. It's a little easier sometimes staying in the traffic pattern rather than coming down in for a straight in landing. Sometimes it's hard to gauge it. What we'll do is we'll use left rudder to track center line here. We'll fly the center line out. We'll climb between 70 and 80 knots. At about 700 to 800 feet, we'll start our right crosswind, so we're right traffic for here. Get my right rudder. Yep. Plattsburgh traffic, Skyhawk 734 X-ray Romeo is upwind, runway 17, going to stay in the pattern traffic for Plattsburgh.
Where's that traffic? Seneca 4502, still about 7 miles south of the airport. We set up for 45 for the right now, 117 Plattsburgh.
All right, so
we're going to let him go first, or are we going?
We got time. He's 7 miles away.
Okay.
Okay, so we're about 700 feet here. We'll start our right-hand turn. Plattsburgh traffic, white Skyhawk, turning right crosswind, one way 17 Plattsburgh. We'll keep that climb about 75 to 80 here. We'll fly just a nice rectangular traffic pattern. Okay, we're about beam right there. We'll roll wings level, keep our climb up.
And roll right?
Yep, usually when we cross right over this railroad track, so you can start your roll right. Plattsburgh traffic, white Skyhawk is on a right base, runway 17 Plattsburgh.
Okay, so we're looking for a heading of about 3-3.
Yep. Approximately. half up the wing strut for you.
Yep. Got it.
So once you have that sight picture, and we'll hold 1,200 feet. Okay, now you can pull the throttle back to about 2,100 RPM to slow ourselves down. Alright, so midfield, we pull our carby. Make sure our mixture is rich and our screw selectors are on both. Beam our touchdown point, we're going to pull power back to 1,500 RPMs. We're going to wait until we're in the white arc, we're going to go 1 notch of flaps. The touchdown point is those 1,000 footers, so when we're a beam up.
Plattsburgh traffic, Seneca 41502 is 45, right down 117 at Plattsburgh.
Okay, so we're a beam there, so power to 15. We'll pitch up to bleed off a little airspeed. Okay, we're in the white arc, you can go 1 notch of flaps. You're good, right there.
Okay.
Yep, so we'll push the nose down.
Traffic, station 9, Pascal, 17 and Alpha. Take your runway 17 for immediate departure to the south.
Alright, and we're looking to hold about 75 to 80 on base, or on downwind here. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk, turning right base, runway 17, Plattsburgh. Okay, we can start our turn in now. We're about 45 feet. We're trying to keep our nose down, hold that 70. Okay, and they're taking off, so they shouldn't be a problem at all. Now we're on base, we're stabilized, we're a little high, so we're going to go 2nd notch of flaps. We're going to push the nose down. Still trying to hold about 70 the whole time around. And we'll make our power adjustments as we turn on final and we see what we look like with the PAPI lights there. Okay, we clear final before we turn in. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk, turning final, runway 17, Plattsburgh. Okay, start the turn, keep your nose down.
Belleuil, hôtel écoute mobile Saint-Rempli, vertical des installations 24 Belleuil.
Plattsburgh traffic, Seneca 41502 is midfield right down 1 runway 17. We do have the Skyhawk ahead in sight.
And Plattsburgh traffic is turning final, short final, runway 17, Plattsburgh. Okay, so we're a little high, so we'll pull some power now. A little bit, we're looking to hold that 70. Looking at our aiming point here, as it starts to rise or descend in the mirror, we're just going to hold that sight picture. Don't worry about the lights right now, we're coming down, they will transition over, we might need a little bit of power, so keep your hand there. We're doing good. Okay, add a little bit of power in so we can get over the threshold. Pin our nose down. Okay, and we'll slowly walk that power out, and we're not going to round out too soon yet, so we're going to keep the nose down, start to round out. We'll hold it off here like this. Alright, you want to do a couple more?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll go full power and carpet in. Alright, so there's 55, we'll rotate.
Plattsburgh traffic, Seneca 41502 is turning right base, runway 17, Plattsburgh.
Guys doing good back there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Good job, guys.
Alright, so we'll do the same thing here.
The traffic behind us.
They're going to be landing. Yeah, they've got us. They had us in sight. Yeah. I'll just give a call that we're upwind, staying in the pattern. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk is upwind, runway 17, going to be staying in the pattern for one more touch and go. Plattsburgh. Okay, and then at about
74502 is final, runway 17, Plattsburgh.
And then at about 700 feet, we'll start our turn, our crosswind turn. That's okay. What's nice is to kind of pick, usually like when you're aligned with the runway, look straight ahead of yourself and find a visual point out there and track that. Yeah. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk turning right crosswind, runway 17, Plattsburgh. And we'll roll wings level here. Perfect. And we can start our downwind turn. And up to 1200.
passe présentement à Belek. Oui, trafic Belek avec Guy Delta Golf, on va tourner Denis de Chenu pour intégrer un long arrière.
1200. Okay. If you need to creep in a little closer, you can. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk, right downwind, runway 17 Plattsburgh. And you can pull your power back to 2100 RPM too. Alright, very good.
There he is landing.
Yep, so midfield we do our GUMPS checklist, so gas is fuel sectors on both. Yep, undercarriage we don't have. Yep. Mixtures full forward. P is supposed to be for propeller, but we just have a fixed pitch propeller. And then we're making sure our carb heat comes on. And then seatbelts is like the S at the end of GUMPS. Okay, and then same thing when we're being the touchdown point, the 1,000 footers, throttle comes back to 1500 RPM. We hold that nose up, bleed off airspeed. When we're inside the white arc, we go 1 notch of flaps.
Plattsburgh traffic, Seneca 4502 is clear of runway 17 on Bravo. Taxi northbound.
Back to good. Nous, on est présentement à la verticale des îles de Saint-Antoine-sur-les-Richelieu à 1200 pieds.
Okay, we'll hold the nose up here. We're in the white arc. You can go 1 notch of flaps. Now it's going to want to balloon, so we're going to have to hold the nose down. And we're looking to hold about 70 to 75 all the way down. Okay, that's good right there, and you can use the trim if you need to. Alright, very good. And we're about 45.
Aircraft Seneca.
There's 45, so we start our turn.
To the FBO.
Negative, we're taxiing back for departure, but thank you, 4152.
Okay, just holding that 70. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk, turning right, base, runway 17 Plattsburgh. Okay, and then once we get established on base, we got the airport in sight. We're below our white arc. You can go 2 notches of flaps. So it goes over and down, yep. Fight that balloon, hold the 70. Okay, we're clearing final again, just to make sure no one's coming in. And we can start our turn final. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk, turning final, runway 17 Plattsburgh. Okay, we might need a touch of power here, just to get ourselves up over these trees. Alright, doing a good job holding 70. Got our aiming points pretty much right in the center of the window here. Take a little power out, just a tiny little bit. Settle down into it.
1502 is taxiing back to runway 17 on Alpha Taxiway, Plattsburgh.
Alright. Holding this is looking good. A tiny little bit of power. Air to get us over the threshold here. Holding 70. Slowly start to walk it out. Now the Skyhawks want a balloon, so what we're going to do is we're going to push them towards the nose, down towards the ground, but now we're going to start to round out, walk our power out slowly, and we're going to hold this right here. Hold it, hold it, hold it, a little more. Very good, very good. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I got your flaps, so you're going to go full power and carb heat in. And we'll rotate at 55 here.
Is that crosswind or what is it?
What's that?
What was that, crosswind?
There's a little bit of a crosswind, yeah.
Why did that one feel so much different?
Oh, taking off?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Now winds are picking up just a little, but nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is when we land next time, this last one we're going to make it a full stop. Yep. You're going to need a little bit of right rudder to align yourself with the runway. You're going to need left aileron because the wind's coming from this way to keep us over. Okay. So when we land, we'll kind of keep a little bit of that aileron correction. And kind of like we did on this one, the left main touchdown first, and then the right, and then the center, the nose wheel. So we can pitch up and climb a little higher, just a little faster or slower of an airspeed. About 80. And at 700, we'll make our crosswind turn. There's 700. Okay. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk turning right, crosswind, runway 17 Plattsburgh. And we'll roll out here. Okay, and you can start your downwind turn. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk turning right downwind, runway 17 Plattsburgh. And when we get up to 1200, you can pull your power back to 2100 RPM to slow ourselves down. Very good. Alright, so we'll make this one a full stop. Like I said, we do have a little bit of a crosswind there, so what we'll do is we'll get established on final, and we'll be able to judge which way the wind is putting us, and then we'll be able to adjust our inputs. Rather than keeping like a short final and you're not quite sure what the crosswind's doing, we'll just do everything the same as usual, and we'll just get on established on final, and we'll figure out what the winds are doing from there. So we're a beam midfield, so we're on our GUMPS checklist. So we got gas on both. Carb feed out. Yep, carb feed out, make sure it's full. Belts are good.
Plattsburgh College over there?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, we have Clinton Community College is behind us, and that's Plattsburgh over there.
Okay. 8 miles, so we can go 1500 now?
Yep, we can go 15. We're in the white arc, so you can bring 1 notch of flap. Nose down, yep, and then we're looking for 70, very good.
70.
And we'll hold 70.
Plattsburgh traffic, Seneca 1502, take me exit runway 17 for departure straight out to Plattsburgh.
And then we're about 45 abeam. You can start your base turn.
Looks good now, right? Base turn?
Yeah, I'd say right now we're good. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk turning right base, runway 17, Plattsburgh.
I think we turned final a little early the last time. One thing about the Cherokees, you can watch the runway.
Yeah. No. Alright, so they're lined up, but they're going to be departing, so that should not be a problem. Put our second notch of flaps in, slow ourselves down. Nose down.
There's 70.
Yep. Final's clear. He's departing. And when you're ready, you can start your turn in.
Okay.
Okay, just a little bit of wind. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk turning right final runway 17 Plattsburgh. Okay, we're a little high, so you can walk a little power out. Get ourselves aligned on centerway here.
Got 70.
Okay, you got 70, good. Alright, so now we're aligned, so you can pull a little bit of power out. We can see we're going to need a little right rudder to align our nose.
Left rudder?
Right rudder, see?
Okay.
And we're going to need left
rudder.
aileron. So ailerons, they maintain our track side to side.
Okay.
Here we can pull a little more power.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we'll let it settle in here. So we need the left aileron to maintain ourselves on center line. It looks like it's actually kind of down the pipe right now. We'll add a little power back in. Kind of dragging along here. Put our nose down. Okay, we're going to slowly walk the power out. Alright, I'll have you take the controls, your controls.
My controls.
Alright, and we'll taxi down to Bravo and get off there. Back on center line. Yeah, the wind's picked up there a little bit. and we'll just let them know that we're clear of the active runway. Alright, so we can pull power to idle. We'll slowly come to a stop here. We'll give them a call. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk is clear of runway 17 at Bravo, Plattsburgh. Alright, so we have our after landing checklist. So we brought our flaps up already, make sure our carpete's cold. Put our transponder on standby for the STY.
Got it. Yep.
And just make sure when we're stopped, I don't know if they do the same in the Cherokees, keep it idling at 1,000. It's usually a little bit better for the engines.
Okay.
Whenever we come to a stop like that. Okay, so we did that. Wings
Strobes off.
Yep, you can turn the strobes off.
Landing light off.
Landing light off, and then just set our trim for takeoff. Just a normal.
Yep.
All right, perfect. And then you can taxi us back to the T hangars. We're gonna go up here and take a right on Alpha, and then we'll cut back over. Plattsburgh traffic, White Skyhawk taxiing to the T hangars via Bravo Alpha, Plattsburgh. What do you think flying around here?
Oh, it's
Pretty
fun.
nice?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's fun flying around the lake.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll slow ourselves down here. It's not going to be this next turn. It's going to be the ones just after these cargo planes here.
This turnout right here?
Yep. So we'll slow ourselves down here before we turn. Oh, sorry, next one here.
Ooh.
Yeah, so before we ever turn, we'll pull our throttle to idle. That way it's not too bad, and we can use a little brakes, and we can use rudder. Then we can reintroduce the power. Eagle Aviation, Skyhawk 734 X-ray Romeo. Just follow this down and point us kind of towards our T hangar, and I'll take over. Could we get some fuel for 734 X-ray Romeo, please? Pull the power back.
It's out.
Okay. And we'll slowly slow
Can you
ourselves down.
please repeat?
I apologize. Could we get some fuel for November 734 X-ray Romeo, please? What we do to push ourselves in is we point ourselves right here.
Copy.
Thank you. Alright. So throttle to idle, or sorry, throttle to 1,000. Can you set the brake for us? When they come and do the fuel, sometimes they lean on it, and we'll do our securing the airplane. Okay, so the parking brake is set.
Yep, radios, electrical equipment off.
Yep. So this little knob here, we turn all the way, and it's going to shut everything off, okay?
Mixture of the idle cutoff. Alright.
Ignition switch.
Switch off.
And the
master off.
And you can just set the keys up in the
Alright.
I'll try and get out quick here, guys. Could you unplug them for me, please?